mystery and horror, the air itself is filled with monsters.
Children of the night, what music they make. He's alive! He's alive!
Well, hello all you monster fiends, and thank you for joining us for another deep dive, factoid-filled episode exploring Hollywood's most famous monsters. I am your mistress of ceremonies, Sam, and I'm joined, as always, by Dan from Bleeding Marvelous. Say hello, Dan.
Hiya!
Did you learn sign language for that?
That's a quote from the film.
Shut up, is it? Okay, people on audio didn't see, Dan did sign language.
It's bitch, cat. Bitch, cat.
Kid.
It might be a little bit rusty. I'm just, I'm learning.
Are you telling me I can call my cat a bitch in sign language?
I'm doing BSL, not ASL. So, and I am using my left hand. It's just I don't know if it gets flipped in the picture. So I just want to make it very clear. Bitch, cat, because it's whiskers.
My godson talks in Megatron. So watch, clock,
yeah,
time, stairs. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I hope he doesn't lose it. I hope it, because it's so. I love talking to him like that. Anyways, welcome to a new episode of the Monsters Up North podcast. This is my pick because we're still in Slashoween.
the last episode of Slashoween, though.
Yes, it is. Thank Christ. If we never do a fucking slasher again.
Sammy traumatized herself. Too much pressure.
It wasn't the fucking pressure. It's one of those ideas I had in the shower and thought it sounded really good in my head until I realised I had to pick. There's a reason I don't pick. I just get things laid out for us and I go, yes, that's good.
I just go, here's about 20 movies, and she goes, and I'm like, here's 5. She goes, yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's good. I can do that. I decided to go with Hush. What are you doing? Sorry, my cat's just turned himself on his back and looking at us. So I decided to do Hush instead of My Bloody Valentine or Jason versus Freddy. So you can take your pick if I've made a good decision or not. Like, I liked it. And I'm going to stand by this one as opposed to the first one where I was like, yeah, I love it, but don't go and watch it.
You're not going to spend the hour and a bit or whatever just slowly realising, like at the beginning,
how much of a mistake I made.
And then by the end, you're like, I don't know what I've done. What is life?
Why did I do this? Why?
God.
Right, I'll do the disclaimer and then we're going to crack on into Hush, because I've got some things I need to say before I get into the nitty-gritty of it. And you'll understand what I mean in a minute. So everything discussed in today's episode is our opinions and our opinions alone. If you'd like to discuss anything from today's episode, please come and join us on our socials, or you can join us in the comment section where we can have an open discussion. But what we won't have is anyone coming for us and telling us our opinions are wrong, because we can all agree to disagree in fandom. So let's keep it fun, keep it kind, and keep the toxic behaviour out of her nerdism.
Don't be a Richard. Okay.
Okay.
Hyacinth Bouquet?
Oh, I love that woman.
The Bouquet residence?
Lady of the house speaking. Oh my god. Sorry, this has just come to my brain now, and this is something I would usually talk to Dan before we even got on. But we talk so much tonight. Jamie Lee Curtis is playing Jessica Fletcher.
I do beg your pardon.
Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be playing Jessica Fletcher in A Murder, She Wrote. It's happening. It's real. It's really, really happening.
I am confusion.
I am amazed. I know no one's ever going to beat OG. No, not a chance. But it's Jamie Lee. I've got a hellish Murder, She Wrote t-shirt, mind. A brilliant one.
Oh.
Jessica Fletcher.
Yeah.
Right in the front of it.
Is it a movie?
I think it's going to be a movie.
I'll be happy with a movie, not a series. She doesn't need a series.
Oh no.
Series,
And,
no.
and Jamie can do telly, but hey.
I've just seen her because I'm rewatching NCIS from the beginning. She's been in NCIS season 9.
Shut up, was she?
She was Gibbs's love interest, but she was also some sort of highfalutin psychologist, and she was. You know when you're just watching it, you go, "That's Jamie Lee fucking Curtis in NCIS."
Yeah.
And then she's like her little gimp in one of the episodes with Sean Astin, and I was like, "What is occurring here?" I'm so confused.
She was good in Scream Queens. I
Yes,
liked her in
I
that.
love her when she can be sarcastic. That is my
Yeah.
favorite Jamie Lee.
Yes. It's like the true Jamie Lee, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, sorry. I just had to get that out of my brain because it literally just occurred to us. So, from the man who brought you The Haunting of Hill House, Dr. Sleep, The Life of Chuck, and will soon bring you more of King with his adaptation of Carrie, gives you the 2016 slasher Hush, directed and edited by Mike Flanagan and starring Kate Siegel, who also co-wrote the film with Flanagan, also starring John Gallagher Jr., Michael Trucco, Samantha Sloyan.
Sloyan. Yeah, Sloyan.
Yeah, I said it right last week. Silence can be a killer. As Monsters Up North brings you Hush. Shh. Shh. Yeah. I got a little retraction to make from last week. So I told you that they went to the Deaf Society to get help with this. Now, I remember reading that. And then I read an article from the Deaf Society. They were not happy with this in the slightest. No. However, now, Mike and Kate at the time probably, if it was now, would have handled it probably way differently. But at the time, didn't handle it great because they went on the defense. This is something that they mastered themselves at home. It was quite personal to them. And it got a little bit weird on the Bird app. But Mike said at a later date that the reason he didn't go down the route of choosing a deaf actress or a mute actress was because they needed the internal monologue voice that Kate does, and also when Kate is literally in front of herself, telling herself that she can't go and run. They wanted that. They wanted to be able to do that, and he didn't think he would be able to with a deaf mute actress. That was what he. I didn't know how to feel about it.
That's kind of an ignorant statement, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As someone who has a cousin who is extremely deaf, to the point of if you touch her and she can't see you, she'll fall over. It's like a surprise thing. It's like a boof, go down. I'm not offended on her behalf. If she was offended about it, it'd be different. But like, I can understand why I'm not someone who's a virtue signaler. I won't be offended for anybody on their behalf unless they ask me to. But this film, it reeks of ignorance. And okay, that can be put down to pure rookie mistakes, and I do think that that's the case. I mean, everybody loves Mike and Kate. I understand who they are now.
Yeah.
And people won't be able to maybe line up the people that they were on the Bird app at the time of, like,
no, it would be like two different people.
But I think that there comes a point where you shouldn't double down on shit, and you should actually just go, yeah, we fucked up.
Okay. Our bad. Really sorry.
We should have spoken to somebody about it and got some proper information. That would have been enough.
There was a lot that I could actually take away from it. If nobody knows, I am actually partially deaf. In my left ear, I can't hear a goddamn thing. Self-inflicted, very much. Will not go and get it checked out because no, that just means me going to the doctors, and I just don't do that. But yes, I am partially deaf in my left ear. And if somebody, and poor Becca from Women of Nerd Culture found this out, if you talk behind me, I will freak the fuck out because I don't know where the sound's coming from. Everything sounds like it's over here when you're actually over here, and it panics us. Yeah, I think it was the first time she ever met us as well. She said something behind us, and I literally nearly had a meltdown because I was like, oh, I don't know where you are. But there was some things that kind of stuck with me, and one of them was the sound. When you are in her point of view and you can hear what she can hear, that's what I hear every day out of one ear. I can hear it right now. It's that high pitched whoosh noise. And it's terrible when obviously I have no idea what it would be like for a deaf mute. I'm just gonna say deaf because I know she's mute, and that was down to it was separate from her being deaf. It was kind of because she had meningitis, didn't she? She had
Yeah,
bacterial meningitis.
I think what they said was the mutism they think is select mutism that's now become a trait rather than a like it's such a habit that
Yeah,
it just doesn't know how to speak anymore. Like
yeah,
her brain's just told her she can't do it.
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot that I could take from the deaf side of it. Not the deaf side, just like it was the noise. And for me, when I've been in, like, if I've been in the office all day and I'm around so much noise, it can get so like I can't hear a goddamn thing, even if you're standing right in front of us, because the whooshing noise that I can, or the high pitched noise I can hear all the time. Like at the moment, it's quite silent. Like it's quite, I can still hear it, but it's not overpowering. When I go to bed tonight,
Mm-hmm.
it'll get louder. It's like when you've been in a nightclub
Mm-hmm.
and you still got that noise, but that's there all the fucking time. And when I've been in the office, it kills us when I come home because it's all I can hear. Um so yeah, I could kind of I was like, oh, I get that side of it. And there was a lot that I do enjoy in this film on second watch, and knowing what I'd read, I was like, oh, okay. But there were two people who really, really loved this film. Really, really loved it. And one of them was William Friedrich. Said it was one of the greatest horror films ever made. Um, and Stephen King.
I think I will give them the fact that it is a movie that is done from a perspective that I wouldn't say is common or mainstream, like having a deaf mute protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bear in mind, I want to ask you a question on this.
Mm.
Do you think they purposely made her mute because, as she's not a genuinely deaf actress, deaf people have a certain way that they project their voice when they talk?
Mm-hmm.
They have cadences, and they can be nasally and things like that because everything works differently because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have the ability to be able to obviously necessarily hear the sound the way that we do. You can
Yeah.
be partially deaf, you can be fully deaf. You can hear tinnitus, you might not hear anything. But there is a way that the voice sounds, which is traditionally associated with deaf people, shall
Yeah.
we? And I feel like had they have not made her mute, there would have been the danger that she would have been ridiculed for maybe taking the piss rather
Yeah.
than trying to portray a deaf person that wasn't a mute. So do you feel they went down the mute road for that very reason?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He wanted to do a movie with no dialogue.
Yeah.
The idea that, because to be honest, the idea is actually pretty. Like take aside what we know.
Hmm.
The idea is terrifying, and it got me when he realizes she can't actually hear him,
Hmm.
and then he starts tapping on the window with
They're
his
not.
finger and a knife, and yeah, that was truly like, oh shit, that was scary in itself. So if we can take that factor out, there is some like really scary parts in it. I had something I wanted to say after that, and I've totally forgotten. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, but his idea was he wanted to do a um oh, that's it, it's come to us now. He wanted to do a movie where it was no dialogue or very little dialogue, and this was potentially the only way around that. But what I feel like a lot of when it comes to the mute side, because it's associated with the bacterial meningitis and potentially the fact that it's all like she can actually talk. She's just so used to not that she doesn't. When I was reading this article, a lot of people who were commenting were saying, but deaf people can talk. And it's like, I feel like they've put that in there to kind of stay away from the fact that people, it's essentially what you're saying, stay away from the fact that deaf people can talk, because then you are going down a fucking fine line.
Yeah, and I think that you got the fine line of caricature slash piss take, haven't you
Yeah.
really? So
You can't unless you are and do, you can't imitate that. Not that.
mm-mm.
It's a big no-no. Big no-no. But the person who loved, like I said, there was two people, William Friedrich absolutely loved this film, and Stephen King. Now, I had a bit look into our Mike, because for all I absolutely adore his work, I didn't know too much about him. And it explains where he is from, explains him completely perfectly. He's from Salem, Massachusetts.
Been there a
It
couple
just
of times.
Yes, you have. But it just explains him so much.
Yeah, he gets the spooky, he gets the creepy, because that's just in your DNA there, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it is. I feel like when you're there, it's just enriched, you're just ingrained in it.
It's in the water, I think.
But what gets me is, for all, yes, he is a huge Stephen King fan. And there's a lot of people who have come before him who have tried to do his work, and they've done an all right job with it. For some reason, he just fucking gets it. Now, is that true fanmanship?
Um, it's hard because I mean, he has adapted one of Stephen King's books that we didn't know we needed to actually see, or we didn't know we needed to know to the extent of when Mike brought it to us. So with Doctor Sleep, for those
Mm.
of you that don't know Doctor Sleep, it's technically Danny's continuance story from The Shining. And it's Danny as a grown man and how he's dealing with having The Shining at his older age, and how he, you know, how he's currently dealing with it at that point in his life, and
Mm.
how he meets a bunch of people who steals children's shines and technically murders kids, and not just kids but people across the board that have shining.
Anyone who's got the
Yeah.
shine.
And basically they're tapping out their sources. There's a finite amount of people that have the shining, and Rebecca Ferguson plays
Wears
um
the hat.
yeah, and she, to me, I like her, but in this film I felt she didn't give me creepy enough. Like, I wanted more creep, and I feel like he could have maybe cast someone a bit different. I'm not knocking her performance. I think what she did was great, but I didn't get personally creeped out enough by her. Like, when you watch The Shining, you watch Jack's descent into madness, and you watch like the other characters where you realize they're ghosts and they've been having massive parts in the main characters. This isn't a spoiler. The Shining was fucking done in 40 years ago, so don't give me that for ruining it for you. But you watch Jack's descent, you watch Shelley Duvall completely break down as a human in that movie, and
Yeah.
she lost her mind, and she completely admitted to that before. She recently passed, didn't she? But
I think it was last year, if I remember
yes.
rightly.
And it was just after the Grim Life did their interview with her, she passed
That's
away.
right. Oh, that's so sad.
But yeah, I mean, you watch that happen firsthand, and I'm not saying someone should have had a breakdown on the movie. That's not what I mean. But I feel like Stanley Kubrick did something with the source material. Whilst Kubrick hates it, and whilst King hates The Shining, it's still a feat that he pushed the actors to such a point where they become so submerged in it that one had a breakdown and the other one, Jack didn't act for a little while afterwards because he needed time to reset and reboot. So he got that out of his actors. And I'm not saying Mike doesn't do that, because when you watch Midnight Mass or when you watch any of the others, he manages to pull these performances out of people that are just superb.
Yeah.
But he didn't make it with this one for me. Well, he just didn't get that.
I get. I totally. I do get. I do.
I don't know what this is.
This.
This?
Yeah, I do love. I think I love the look more of Rebecca Ferguson. I think she really has that kind of like Asian hippie, like look to her, which is what
Looks
I
like
all.
the sounds of patchouli. Yes.
Yeah, and she looked really good in a tall hat. Like it looked. She suited it. But yes, with The Shining, you are right. Like Kubrick worked on that until the day he died.
Mhm.
That's how much this film was to him. Stephen King fucking hated it because obviously it. But there's so many things that have been like Stephen King after that Shining went out, he went and did a TV show where he wrote the screenplay. What upset Stephen King is that he did a script for it, and Kubrick didn't like it
Mhm.
and didn't use it, and it really hurt his feelings. So he has come out now, like years and years and years later, and said, "I get it. I get what he was trying to do. It's not my cup of tea, but it clearly is loved by a lot of people." The treatment of Shelley Duvall, she obviously it was fucking. It wasn't just Shelley Duvall, Scatman Crothers. He got. Is that his real name? Have I said his real name for once?
I know
I
it
can't
was
remember.
Scatman, but I don't know. I think it might be Crothers. I can't remember that part, but I know.
I've said his name so wrong so many times. But he was there's when it comes down to The Shining, the this is the movie that had the most takes of scenes. It actually has like an award thing, like, and the scene that has the most is between Scatman Crothers and the little boy Danny, and it took 147 takes to do that conversation, and it made Scatman Crothers cry. Kubrick knew how to bring it out of people. What Flanagan didn't do was he established Danny amazingly.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Ewan McGregor played that absolutely perfect. Um he established the group, regardless of roles, he established the group. They are there. They are these, shine sucking vampires, and and every single one of them has a different trait. Every single one has a different ability. So we established that. We then had the little girl who, fuck me, is in the book is actually more powerful than she is portrayed in the film. And he had this amazing setup, and then just went, "They're the dead." It Anth loves was so enjoying this film, and then the minute the scene, they literally the first time they meet Danny, the dead, and he was like, "What the fuck?" He had something so brilliant, and he couldn't just it doesn't happen in the book that way, and it could have just like it just a little bit longer extended. He was so quick to get to the end that he completely missed the fact that he had this amazing group of bad guys and just allowed them to poof.
I think in that case, though, with the Doctor Sleep thing, with the Stephen King, because obviously Stephen King loved something that he did, he was then given the opportunity to do something that he did, and I think that with that comes a weight of expectation that you put on yourself. Like, I imagine Mike would have been the biggest fanboy of Stephen King. Who isn't? I mean, if you're not, that's fine. That's not your cup of tea. That's good. But there is no denying that that man has created some of the biggest horror icons that are available, and he's written some of the most insane books over the years that have been made into legendary movies. So, like him or not, he is in your lexicon. You will know who Stephen King is, even if you haven't read a book. Um, I felt like what he did was he got bogged down by the fact it was something that he wanted to impress Stephen with, rather than actually make a movie of. Because I think what had happened was, with Stephen King's films, they are notorious for never having a good ending, or the twist that happens is always never quite right, or the material isn't followed to the source, so it all gets let down in how it's translated from the original source. And I think maybe Mike got sort of starstruck or idol like worship, like he got lost in idol worship.
Maybe because it was going to be a big feature film. However, it's not his first Stephen King work. His first was Gerald's Game.
Oh God, did that come before?
Yeah, I had actually go and check the dates because I
Wow.
generally thought up until this second that Doctor Sleep came first.
I
It
I would have
wasn't
said it would have, yeah, wow.
2017 he did Gerald's Game.
Now I liked that. I
I love Gerald's Game.
the concept of that film is so batshit because she ends up having to deglove herself, for crying out loud.
Not a
And I
fucking
mean,
chance.
yeah, I mean, I just die.
Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah,
But
just
I
kill me
mean,
now. It's just it's when you're lying in bed and you're trying to go to sleep and all that but then it's all them thoughts, all them things, all them like imaginary things that you can kind of like your mind just plays tricks on you. But when you're in bed, you can get up and move.
yeah,
She couldn't, and that was fucking. And the fact that he was lying on top of her for most, I was like, "Oh, get off, man!" No, I
yeah.
love Gerald's Game. There's another one, and it's not Flanagan. It was done on. It's a Netflix one, and it's got Thomas Jane in it.
Tall grass.
I really liked that.
It's either the tall grass or the long grass. I think it's the tall grass. And it's one of his mini stories. But I
Yes.
also liked Mr. Mercedes when they made that into a TV show with Brendan, what's his name? Yeah, I mean, it can be done and it
Mm,
can be done well. It just depends on if you are a King purist, don't watch the movies because they're never going to be right. It is
no.
just the way it is. The Mist, Cujo, Carrie. I don't think we need another Carrie. I'm going to be completely honest. As much as I'm intrigued to see what Mike does with it, and I think it will be a good movie. We'll be on our fourth version of Carrie because obviously you have the original
It's
one. They're gonna they're probably gonna laugh at you.
they're gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, Piper Laurie will always be Carrie's
They're
mum,
all
you know.
gonna laugh at you.
And then you had Carrie 2, so we had a different person in Carrie 2, didn't we? Or there was a Carrie 2 movie.
There was, but it's 1922 with Thomas Jane. In the
Right,
Tall Grass is something completely different, but I know
right.
why you're getting it. The poster looks exactly the same.
Okay. And then you've obviously got the Chloe Grace Mortez, whatever her name is.
I would have said Mortez.
That one. You got that version, the more recent one, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna have this one. So third or fourth, call it whatever you want. But I don't think we need another remake of a film. I think he's got so much source material that you could find something in his back catalogue that needed making.
Yeah. Well, The
You know.
Institute, that's just been done. That's a TV series that's just started. The Life of Chuck, that's just will come. It's very confusing because it tells you it came out in 2024, but it isn't actually coming out until August this year. Don't ask me, I don't know. Um, so yeah, there's two, and obviously you've got here The Long Walk coming out. So there is people like kind of dipping into stuff that wouldn't. So yes, I do agree. I do agree in a way. However, I'm really interested in seeing Samantha Sawyer playing Margaret
Yeah.
White. I really do want
Brilliant.
to see that.
I'll give her.
Um,
She plays batshit crazy fantastically in Midnight Mass.
well, great segue because our main character in Hush, to go back to Hush, I'll probably go back to Stephen King at some point, just because he's a huge fan. But yeah, the main character in Hush is the writer of Midnight Mass,
So
the
Katie
book,
did write it. Katie wrote it.
the deaf mute.
Oh, right, in like the lexicon of it kind of
Yeah,
thing.
she
Right.
wrote Midnight Mass. The book that Samantha Sawyer is bringing. I'm so sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but bringing back to her is her first copy of Midnight Mass.
I
She's
didn't got
even
that.
Yeah, she's even talking when you can hear the voice in her head, and she's talking through her characters. Erin is her character in
Yeah.
Midnight Mass. And the other guy, who I can't think of what his name is the one she has, who was an ex-boyfriend, who's the main, was
Oh,
the
yeah.
him. Yeah, that's who she's talking about. It's them two.
Jesus,
So
I didn't
yeah,
know that. So that
and
obviously
it's
that was a long time baking uh, for Mike. That because I don't know what year Midnight Mass was done because I only watched it I think last year or the year before for the first time, which I know
what
I was really late to the party on it.
I was really, really late to the party because I didn't dare watch it. Midnight Mass was 2021
Right.
and Hush is 20, what did I say,
Okay.
2016?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought Hush was a COVID movie. I didn't realize it was 2016 because of the limited cast. Because there's
yeah,
only five people in this
yeah.
movie. I was
One,
like,
two, three,
I thought,
four,
oh,
five, six.
mid-COVID movie makes perfect sense. And then when it said 2016 in brackets next to it, I was like, I do beg your pardon.
Yeah, no, yep. Maddie, that was what she was called, yeah.
Right.
She wrote Midnight Mass.
I like it. I do like it. I like
Yeah.
that. I think that's
She
clever.
even she even talks about the characters. And what was his name? Riley. That was it. Riley and Erin. She even talks about Riley and Erin. Even Samantha, when she's to saying, "I really love this about the church and the father and everything." That was so interesting when they're talking about the book. It's Midnight Mass.
I did not clock that. I'm annoyed with myself. Glad you
Now you
told
know how it feels.
me. Yeah, no, I'm impressed with that. I don't like calling them Easter eggs because for me that's not something you have. I don't. I just think it sounds too kiddie.
It's just
Um,
something. It's always something he has brewing.
yeah, I like having little clues and things. I like having little the time. I mean, if that came out 5 years later, he must have known or been writing Midnight Mass when he wrote Hush to have the ability to write it in, or it could have given him the idea to write Midnight Mass from that movie, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Flanagan's favorite films are which is Casablanca and Jaws. However, the films that he takes the most inspiration from is The Haunting, The Changeling, The Shining, and The Exorcist. Kind of explains quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he must have gone absolutely nuts when Billy Freakin liked his movie then.
Yeah, he would have went absolutely crazy. But
Yeah.
The Haunting of Hill House is based on no, what's it called? The Haunting of Hill House is the actual book. What's his thing called?
The TV show's called A Haunting on Haunting at Hill House. I'm sure it is.
Is it?
The TV
Then.
show.
So what's the book called? The Haunting. No, that's a Blythe Manor, you fucking idiot. The Haunting of Hill House. Yes, The Haunting of Hill House is his.
Hmm.
So what's the book called? That. Oh my god. It's a good job I've got a thing here with us. Anyways, I've totally forgot the point I was making now. Totally and utterly forgot.
Yeah, I mean,
Never
I'll go
mind.
back to where we were about like uh, it's the Easter egg things. I like it when they're clever enough to put these things in, but I like it when it's so thought out to the point of where 5 years will pass and you don't know anything about it, and then all of a sudden this thing will come out, and then you'll go revisit something you did years ago, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What? He knew 6 years ago that he was going to do this or
Well,
whatever.
he has Easter eggs, if you want to class them as that, in a lot of things. One that I've not seen, Oculus.
That's the one with Karen Gillan in it and Lucas from Empire Records.
Oh God, I didn't think I'd ever see him again.
Yeah, he's in Oculus with Karen Gillan plays, I want to say his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
which made me feel very upset. Um, ah,
Yeah,
down
will
the
do.
man, save
Damn the
the Empire.
man.
That's one for you, Sarah Peach. Down the man, save the Empire.
The book is called The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was like,
I thought it was a different name. Never mind.
is
Never mind. Um, I did not know he was in that. I've never seen it.
what is your opinion on him using the same cast?
I love it. I do love it. However, I do love the fact that Life of Chuck, which is done by Mike Flanagan, doesn't have his wife in for too long. I love Kate Siegel.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
really do.
I,
I think she's a terrific actress. However, it's not a Sherry Moon thing in the slightest,
because
because the
Katie.
girl, because she can act. But it just gets to the point where it's like, do you have to be? And there was something on rewatch last night, something because when I first watched this ages ago, and I loved it. It was so different and very intense, and the fact there's not a lot of dialogue. But on second watch, she annoyed us so much. And is that because I know her? Because she's Theo to us? Because she's another character to us? Because she's Erin? Like it's like, yeah, she kind of annoyed us a little bit.
I think it's because, for me, there was too many inconsistencies with her character in this movie. She explains at the beginning to Sarah, or Samantha Sloyan, she can feel vibrations, so she doesn't need, that's how she knows when her
Hmm.
phone's ringing, or and that's why she has the light flashing on the alarm to know that the thing is going off, and all this sort of thing. But they make her incredibly terrible at being self-aware. And it's
Yeah.
like, if she knows that phone goes off, she knows that phone. If she knows that the oven alarm's ringing, she'll be able to feel it on the floor. If her screen door opens and she's sat on the sofa, she will feel it on the floor.
Hmm.
She will be incredibly sensitive when it comes to vibration of any kind. She'll know what it is by
Yeah.
the way it feels to her, because, excuse me, I've got hiccups. Her
I wondered what was wrong with your face there.
Yeah, I've got real bad hiccups that's just come on all of a sudden, because obviously it becomes heightened.
Hmm.
I'm not saying she's got like six senses and shit like that, but the ones that she does have now are heightened because she's had to train her body to recognize the vibrations as a warning, or as like your phone going off, things like that, or
Yeah.
and I do feel like the inconsistencies came in this movie with that, because at the beginning she makes such a big thing about how when her phone vibrates she can feel it, and by the end of the movie she doesn't feel diddly shit. She doesn't hear the door, not hear, but she doesn't feel the door open. She doesn't feel the guy behind her. She doesn't feel these
Until
things.
he breathes on her neck.
And it's like, no, no, no,
If
no,
if
because
that was Clarice Starling, I'm just saying, should have turned around quicker than that.
but that was therein lied where all the people came on board for this from the Deaf Association, and they were like, no, we are not complete dicks. We feel people. We know.
Yeah, we're not completely
Everybody gets
utterly.
that.
Yeah.
You get that. You
You
know when
could
there's
see it
someone
on
in
the back of her neck.
you know when someone's in your personal space. It doesn't even have to be right on you. You know if someone is near, you can. I don't know if this is just me, because this feels perfectly natural to me. But if someone is about a meter away, it's still too close, and I can feel it. I can
Yeah.
feel it. My back feels very uncomfortable. Like I get like not goosebumps, but I get the ick.
You
Like
don't want to talk behind me if you do that because I will freak the fuck out.
I can't explain it, and I know a lot of people don't like the term the ick, but it's the only way I can sort of explain.
No, I
It
get it.
makes you feel so uncomfortable because you know there's someone there. You can feel it,
I
and
just can't. I just can't hear you.
I don't like it, because I'm just like, you're too close to me. And I
Yeah.
always am one of those people, right? I've learned this lesson now since COVID. I will take a step forward with one leg, but leave the other leg behind. And I will slowly lean between the two. So if they try and step up next to me, they can't, because my foot's still where it was. So they can't get too close. So if I feel like they're getting too close, I can lean to my front leg, if that makes sense, to try and get away. But it's I'm not like doing a full Joey like
Lunge.
I'm not lunging in my clothes.
Lunging. You see Dan lunging is because you're too close to her. I have a tendency for the hair.
Ah, you did the hair flip.
Even if I like, bearing in mind this is probably the longest my hair's been in a long time. So even a short hair, I would kind of push it back. I'd look so strange. I don't like people being close. It's got nothing to do with me hearing.
Yeah,
I just, I don't want you touching us, basically.
yeah. No,
Unless I know you, don't touch me.
yeah. I mean, there's one bit in this movie that I actually did really appreciate the way that he pulled it out of the bag from nowhere.
Yeah.
It's when he got the dead body and he got Sarah up against the window and he's using her arm and he's just tapping her arm of the dead body on the window. And I was like, oh, I like that. I don't like it because it makes me feel really uncomfortable, but I like that they went there.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like he pushed it too far. It was like, I know we're establishing the character of this guy, but I want to know many things about this killer. What the fuck was the point in any of this? Because you never find out his motive
No.
for any of it. Is he an obsessed fan? Is he just a random dude that stumbled across a couple of houses in the woods and decided, now's my time? Did he plan it?
With a
Was he
crossbow.
robbing people? There was no explanation as to the reason why he was doing those things. And just happened to have a crossbow with him, as you do.
Fucking Daryl Dixon, man. Influenced by The Walking Dead. What annoyed the shit out of me was one, the crossbow scene. Give up. You ain't getting that. You're not getting that. You were just sat in the bathroom.
She's breaking her hands, like,
yeah, give up.
yeah.
It's not working. You clearly
She could have
can't do
got
it.
a towel. I'm not being dumb, but I'm not somebody who's incredibly. I was a girl guide for a little bit. I was a brownie for longer, but it doesn't mean that I'm instantly going to kick into survival mode. But my brain kept going, grab a towel from there, wrap the towel around the cord, and pull the towel. You've got more chance of having the. You're not.
I would have said it. You would have done more damage throwing it at him. And also with the whole that scene is beautifully shot, by the way, where he is behind her to the point where she turns round.
Yeah.
But the leg, sorry, she gets him in the leg. She stabbed him in the leg.
There's so many opportunities.
I would have stabbed him in the face repeatedly.
In the neck, I mean, there's so many opportunities in this movie where it could have been over and done with. And I know you can say that in the majority of horror films, but then you have a lot more characters to get through when they tease you with the final girl possible death, and then they take it away because it's interrupted, and then the killer goes on to kill about 15 other people, and then it circles back to the final girl. Well, there was nobody else at this point. I think he killed the boyfriend, he killed the next door neighbor, the girlfriend. The only person left was her, him, and then I think there was the sister. Well, yeah, because there was the sister on the call. So that was the 5 characters. The sister on the call, when she was signing to her sister. Then there was the boyfriend and girlfriend that lived next door, and then there was a murderer. So there's 5 characters. So yeah, at the point where he's like extinguished the light out of the dumbest motherfucker in the room, the bloke. I was like, and he just automatically believed he was a policeman. I was like, in what fucking world do you?
Yeah. Look at him.
He looked like a suspicious motherfucker. He did not.
He looked like he just come straight out of the hills of eyes. Like yeah. He was very convincing. I do get he was very convincing, and I do love the fact that he just plays suspicious, like the suspicious look all the way through. But he didn't act upon it. He didn't do absolutely nothing. And the minute he put his hand on that cat, I went, "You fucking dare!"
I was waiting for. I was like, "Oh God, is there a website called Does the Cat Die?" Because I know there's one, Does the Dog Die? But I was wondering.
It does cover cats too.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, it does cover cats. I know this.
The one thing I would have said as well for me, I think there's a lot to be said about a killer keeping on a mask, right? And I know maybe they wanted to change that up because Ghostface, the reveal at the end. Jason, you very rarely get to see what's underneath there.
Do we want to?
Not really. Michael, it will always be an ongoing thing about what Michael looks like until that bullshit fucking film where they decided to release. We don't want to know. It's been a 40-something year mystery. I don't want to know what Michael Myers looks like. I have no interest. I mean, to be fair, there could be 14 different Michael Myers he could look like.
That's true. But let him just be fucking William Shatner.
There is nothing wrong with a mystery. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like the reveal was so soon.
It was really quick.
Yeah, and I think for me, I would have liked to have, if you're going to go to the trouble of having a mask made, and that's not a mask you've seen before.
No, it was quite unique.
it was quite creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm telling you, if I was living in a bloody cabin in the woods and I saw someone outside wearing that mask, I'd literally shit my pants. And I'm not talking like metaphorically. I would defecate on the floor. You know, if there is that looking back at you, you'd lose all bodily functions. You would just stand there and just be like, okay, now
I'm worried I'm going now.
this is going to go one of two ways. I'm going to shit myself, and you're going to go, oh, I don't want none of that, and run away. I'm going to freak you the fuck out. And
Yeah, if you want to get weird, I can get weirder.
or you're just going to find it funny, and then you're going to go for it because you know I'm really scared. So there's only two ways it can go. You're going to come after me, or I'm going to disgust you that much that you'll run away. I don't know what would be better. So if anybody is
Give us
possibly
the
facing,
giggles.
if anyone's possibly facing a home invasion at any point,
Just shit yourself.
just shit yourself. Just take a dump on the floor. It can go one of two ways. They'll think you're absolutely bananas and they'll run away, or you just got to accept your fate. I don't really know.
I didn't expect you to say it. I do now. I think it's the funniest thing ever. At least I know. At least I know I could survive.
Gives you a chance. Gives you a chance to run because I think they'll be so perplexed by what you've just done. They'll be standing there going, "What in the fuck is going on?" By this time, you're in the car and halfway down the road to the police
Oh
station. Do you know
my
what I
god.
mean? So,
What have you done to my eyes?
well,
Oh,
I
Jesus
didn't think
wept.
this would take that turn, you know, but yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, the mask. It was pretty good.
They weren't
The,
bad. Like I said,
it,
I think they should have used more because I feel like a lot of time and effort went into making it look so individual, yet you didn't get enough of it.
if his plan was to torture her, which he did, like that, he wanted to. He was like, "I'm gonna basically make this a night where you're gonna wish you were dead,"
Yeah.
and he was kind of doing it in a weird way. What got me is just like all he was doing was walking around the house. I would have been like throwing stones off a window that way, even though like I know she can't fucking hear it, but like just doing something like as a distraction one way. But no, it was just he was like a shark,
He
just
could have
constantly going
smashed
around.
any one of those windows and walked through the patio door at any point. So was he playing with his food? Probably.
Probably.
Just seemed kind of pointless that he waited till she climbed up the trellis before he shot her.
Yeah.
And then she did some sort of matrix move out of nowhere with an arrow
They turn into action women, you know.
with an arrow through her leg, and she was on knees with an arrow through her leg and doing some sort of Neo move where she's practically on her back when it flies over her head. I was like, no,
No.
you lost me
The
there.
what you know, the most painful thing I saw in this whole thing is, you know, when she's got the arrow in her leg and she's in the bathroom, she takes her jeans off. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you take your jeans off?
A bigger hole, just pull them open a bit.
Exactly. Taking your jeans off is going to hurt more than you actually cleaning denim on skin with a wound. Denim is a very unforgiving material
Rookie
and
mistake.
it will hurt.
Rookie mistake. Yeah, I just think
Oh,
the mystery, whilst the guy did Psycho Eyes well, like when he took it
really
off,
well.
you saw he was clearly a bit. Whoop. Obviously, he wasn't that nuts that he didn't know to play a policeman when he was cornered. If you get what I mean, like
Yeah.
he knew to give up a false.
He was very quick in his decision making.
Yeah,
But question, did you find him more attractive with a mask on?
didn't find him attractive at all.
Just I was like, you look way better with a mask on than you did with it off.
Yeah, I think it was all round more menacing with the mask, and I think
I didn't expect that face behind it.
no, I've seen him in other things. I don't know what I've seen him in, but I've definitely seen him in other things.
I didn't go and look into him.
No, I liked the premise of the film, and I genuinely think this film has potential should it have been, and again, hindsight is wonderful, but should they have got a genuinely deaf actress to play the part, and should they have maybe kept the mask on and kept the mystery going a bit
Hmm.
more, but I would have liked to have known the purpose. behind why. And I know you don't always need a why and a wherefore, but this just felt very
Random.
like you'd missed a part of a
Yeah,
story.
because there's nothing wrong with having. What was that one? The strangers, where they just because they were home. That was the only reason they did it for. But
Yeah,
with this,
with
Liv Tyler,
Tyler, yeah.
yeah, that's terrifying, and they explain it. But with this one, you're right. It feels like something's missing.
Yeah.
Something's should have been there, and if it is just a case of it is random, it just feels a little bit weird.
Yeah, because if your neighbour knows you're deaf, bear in mind, and she is running full pelt at that door,
She's not going to hear you.
screaming, smashing, you would feel something.
I
You
would
might
like to think
know
so.
what it is. She was so close to that door. She was not like in another room down the corridor. She was in the same room as that door being
Yeah,
slammed.
they were like, they're
But what
there.
I will say about that is, as soon as he realises she's deaf, he opens the screen door. So old Samantha could have opened that screen door at any point and fallen in the door anyway, but she didn't.
No, because she had to die.
No, because yeah, we had to set the death thing up.
Set it all up. To be honest, there's not a great deal facts on this film. Just that the midnight mass bit. Oh yeah, there was the books that she has in her home. The ones that you can see are Under the Dome,
Oh, Stephen King, yeah.
Mr. Mercedes.
Stephen King, yeah.
I actually have that now. Don't actually know what it's about.
Mr. Mercedes is bloody good. I have the book. And
Me too.
the TV series is pretty true to the book to where I got to. I sort of got a bit bored because they made it a two-seasoner, and it only needed to be a one because it was technically one of his shorter stories, but it's not a short story, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. I get what you mean. I've got it. I didn't realize it was any like a TV show, but I'm starting to learn now. Is there nothing that he hasn't done that has either been adapted or been adapted? Because 11/22/63 is a TV series. It's got Franco in it though. The worst Franco. I don't know if I can ever watch it.
Not Dave, the other one.
Yeah, not Dave.
Dave.
Dave's fine. I'm all right with Dave. James Franco. Blech.
The Green Goblin.
That I just call him a goblin because that's what he is. Yeah, I was like, Steve, is nothing being because then you got like Welcome to Derry coming out as well. I actually looking forward to it.
I don't think it's going to be bad, but I'm like, again, I live in this weird place where I don't feel the need to remake things that are very new. This is based in the 80s, this one, isn't it?
No,
Have they
no,
gone back to the 50s
it's
with this one?
50s. This is the 50s.
Right.
So this is before. So
Right.
this is the
for
universe
Beverly,
of
yeah.
because it's the same guy, the Italian guy, and I can't think of what his name is
Oh,
off the top
Andy
of my head.
Machete.
Yes, him.
Yeah,
It's
the only
him.
reason I know that is because Andy and his sister, I want to say Barbara, they both follow my mother-in-law on Instagram because
That is crazy.
she makes the life-size Pennywises of Bill Skarsgård, and he's DM'd her a couple of times and asked her about making one, and the conversations just never go nowhere because he's really, really busy. But like, yeah, my
Oh,
mother-in-law.
yeah.
So
Andy Machete. Yeah, it's gonna be set in takes place in 1960. So it's Machete's universe,
yeah,
not the
that's the
miniseries
Skarsgård.
universe.
Yeah, it's the Skarsgård. So yeah.
Yes, and he is in it.
Is Bill in it, or is it someone else playing it? Because
No,
I've heard two different things.
it's him.
Right.
He's
Okay.
back. He's back. I don't think they would have done it without him. I generally don't.
I've seen Bill interviewed, and I find him boring as a
Yeah,
human.
he's done as a fucking dishwater. So is his brothers.
Alex seems like he's the only. Like Alex seems like he's got a little bit of go in interviews, but still, there's not a lot behind the eyes.
No, there's not.
But I will say
He just knows
Gustav,
how beautiful he is, and that's all he relies on.
and that's the difference between Gustav and them two, I think, because
Yeah.
Gustav was Floki in.
Loki,
Um,
not your son.
isn't specifically known for his looks, shall we say. I mean, I'm not saying he's not everybody's cup of tea. There's always out there
Well,
someone.
look at Stellan. He's like,
Stellan's a weird little fella. He's got like
yeah.
9 kids or something, I think, in total. But down there, Rob met Gustav at Manchester Comic Con a couple of years ago. He came with Rollo and
Oh, now
Rob,
hey.
he's now we were looking through our photos from all the people we've met, and Rob's met Catherine Winnick. That's one
No.
of his bucket lists, right? And he went up to Catherine when he met her, and he was like, "Oh, you're a level 3 Dan, aren't you?" And she was like, "Nobody knows that. How do you know that?" He said, "I've always just known it. I don't know why I know it." He said, because what he was going to do was ask her to kick him, but she had this beautiful pencil dress on, and obviously she couldn't
Yeah.
do what she wanted to do. He was like, "Oh, you can kick me." Like, I don't know if it's a weird fetish. Well, he's never shared that with me, but I don't honestly mind if he wants Catherine Winnick to kick him.
No,
I'm quite
I
jealous
wouldn't
of
either.
him. And then he met Rollo and Gustav at Manchester Comic Con, and down there we've got a pop signed by Gustav, and it's written all in Viking runes, and then he signed it down the bottom.
That's
So
amazing.
he knows what he's doing, and he's having loads of conversations with Rob about it, and he's just a really genuinely nice guy. So I feel like it's one of those things where it's sad because I feel like I can't remember what it was he was in recently, Bill. What's the last thing Bill's done?
You know what the last thing Bill's done. You watched it.
I've gone blank on it.
It's
Oh,
The Crow.
Nosferatu. Yeah.
No, The Crow.
The Crow, that was it.
That's what you're
That's
thinking of, because that's what you're thinking of.
because The Crow, yeah, because the interview,
Nosferatu is the last thing he did, but
yeah,
The Crow is the last thing you watched.
yeah, that'll be where I've seen all the interviews for him then, and he was just like, it was just, there was no personality. He just looked like he was, I mean, I can understand press junkets are hideous as a famous person. You are booked for 12 hours of 10-minute to 20-minute slots of being asked the same question repeatedly
Yeah,
all the day for the promotions for the movie. So whenever this section that your people are using to go out, say, I don't know, the BBC or Bloody Disgusting come in at 10 to 5. You're on the last interview of the day.
yeah,
You're
you're
exhausted,
done.
and they bang out the same 6 questions, and you're sitting there looking like you couldn't give a fuck. I kind of understand that. However, Bill looks like that at the 9:05 meeting.
So I'm on Bill Skarsgård's Wikipedia page, and I was like scrolling down to his films. He's got one coming out in, I've just lost the date. It's going to be an A24 film,
Mhm.
which I've been very impressed with the last 2 A24 films I've seen. It just says TBA, so it's going to be next year by the looks of it. The Death of Robin Hood. You will never guess in a million years who is going to be playing. The synopsis is Robin Hood grapples with a past life of crime and murder while in the hands of a mysterious woman after being critically injured. You will never guess in a million years who is going to play Robin Hood. Don't know why I'm talking like this.
Is it a modern, like a really like young person, or is it
No.
older, really
Oh,
like?
we're going to class him as older now because he is.
Are we talking De Niro-ish? Are we talking?
No, that would have
Pink?
been
Right.
hilarious though, but
Right.
no.
Um,
He likes to have claws.
Claws. Oh God.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, not Jackman. Oh, get in the bin. No.
Yeah, Jackman is going to play Robin Hood. Hugh Jackman, Australian, is going to play English folk legend Robin Hood.
Look, now, excuse me. Okay, I've got nothing against people playing
No, not at all. Me neither.
fucking nationalities. At the end of the day,
I couldn't give a
the
shit.
British have made their fucking careers off of being American.
We accepted Kevin Costner as Robin Hood. You know what I mean?
Hey, the only fucker with an American accent in the whole of the room. Everybody else English. Kevin Costner. I don't even know what that was, but it was American.
It was him. There was just him. There was no accent change there. He just talked like himself.
But we were just supposed to accept it, and
We
did.
accepted it.
We just went yes.
Okay.
we can't talk. The majority of guys out there that still floors me that people don't know are English, like people like Andrew Lincoln,
Yes,
Simon
very much.
Pegg, because they put on all these different accents. Obviously Simon Pegg to us is an institution, so we're like, what? But a
Yeah.
lot of Americans don't know Simon Pegg's English. People like Hugh Laurie from
That
House.
blew my mind when Hugh Laurie blew up in America, mind, because
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Out of the two, like Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry, I never would have imagined in a million years it would have been Hugh Laurie who was the one who blew up in America.
When Catherine Tate went into the office.
She was English, Dan. That's an English accent.
It
That's
was
hers.
she did this weird thing with it
She
though.
did.
It wasn't right.
She neutralized her own.
But she had like an American tinge to it. She had like these inflections that they use. Like she'd studied it, and because that's what Catherine does. She's a mimic. That's what she is. She's a
Yeah.
comedian. She's a character actress. And then like when you just go through all of the people that have made their career, so we can't really talk about people putting on accents in other movies from that without acknowledging that I'm a hypocrite when I say that. However, I just find it really difficult when it's someone. He did P.T. Barnum, the complete asshole, quite well in
He did actually.
The Greatest Showman. I mean, that is Aussies will get a British accent down pretty well, I would say.
Could they not have done? Them songs are amazing, by the way. The songs in The Greatest Showman are fucking fantastic, catchy as shit. Could they not have put that to a different person? Like, why
Yeah.
him?
The thing is, for those of you who don't know, I know we're going off on a way tangent, but it wouldn't be our show if we didn't. P.T. Barnum was a complete shyster. He was the biggest fraudster that ever lived. He was a con man. He didn't deserve having a movie made about him in such a
No, because
fantastic light,
no,
all singing and all dancing, and he wasn't
he
a
was not a good person,
man.
and not to his circus people either. He was not a good person.
No.
Exploitation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But obviously we fantasize stuff and we remember it with rose tinted glasses and we think, oh, what a lovely story, let's make that. And
Could have done anyone. They could have done anyone. They could have even made a person up.
but Robin Hood, no, I mean,
No, Hugh Jackman.
I was
No.
just thinking, so he would be is Bill going to be the sheriff of Nottingham or
It
something?
doesn't give a cast. It's literally just Hugh Jackman as Robin Hood. But right, so he has buffed himself up like
Yeah.
to. I can't even. I dare say it's probably the best he ever looked as Wolverine for Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah, because
There's
he
no
went old
fuck.
school. Yeah.
There's no fucking way he is going to be able to Dave Bautista slim it down before doing Robin Hood. Because Robin Hood wouldn't have been fucking buff like Wolverine.
Oh, he had a gym, didn't
Now,
he?
did he?
He had a gym built in the forest up in the trees whilst he
I'm
was
fucking
in.
surprised, like fucking everything else. Yeah, it's gonna. I tell you who is in it, who I am loving at the minute. Jodie Comer.
Right.
She's gonna be in it. I do like her.
Talk about mimics. Yeah, she's good. She's a good mimic of
Hey,
that.
she did my accent fucking really well. The fact that she manages to use an I in there, like I, all right, I, yeah, I really enjoyed it. The more I think about that film, the more I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, Robin Hood. Wow, that just took us by surprise. That, and the
No.
fact that it's A24 as well. I was like, I was actually thinking is Ari Aster, and I was like, no, it's not.
I
It's
mean,
not.
they did Death of a Unicorn, and that was absolutely. I loved
Ah,
it. I know a lot of people didn't, but that was absolutely farcical
ah.
in a good way. So I can see if they're going with that formula, I could see it working, but I can't see it going Hereditary. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No. Well, the guy who's directing it, Michael Sonoskia, he did Pig
oh, I like
with Nicolas Cage. He also
that.
did A Quiet Place Day One.
Oh, I like both of those films actually. Day One annoyed me because it was supposed to be the origin story, but it still didn't explain much.
Darn it.
But I did
I've not
like
seen it yet.
Joseph
Quinn.
Eddie. Yeah, I liked Eddie in it. I liked, and I'm so sorry, I'm not going to even attempt to butcher her name because I don't have it in front of me.
Lupita the young guy.
Thank you.
Whoa! I did it.
From Us, they're both of them are incredible in that film.
Lupita the young guy is a really underrated. Like, I know she boomed in her first movie with 12 Years a Slave, wins an Oscar, and then it kind of like she was just there, but not as big as I was expecting her to be. Because she steals a scene like Black Panther, Star Wars,
Yeah.
Us. Like she absolutely steals everything. I still haven't seen Dear One yet.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's got a cat in it, and the cat is the main character, so of course you're going to love it.
Does
Uh,
it does it live?
yes.
You wouldn't let me watch it if it didn't.
No. And also, what was the other one you said? The
Pig.
Pig. Now, Pig is fantastic. I have to say, it is one of the most underrated Cage films, and I'm not talking about absolute batshit Cage. This is overweight, bloated, end of his tether. Someone stole his pig, and he's going to come and get you.
Shut the fuck up.
It
Is that
sounds
what it's about?
so stupid, but when you see the film, it's not what you think, and it is this is Cage at his actual acting finest.
Oh,
We're
I
not
think Cage.
talking Superman rolling around on the floor on Terry Wogan or Parky or whatever it was. We're not talking
Oh,
Nick Cage.
I think Cage over the last few years, when he is getting himself into the horror genre, has made some of the best decisions of his. Don't get us wrong, I am not taking away anything from his early career, but just I feel like this is such a renaissance of Nicolas Cage. Mandy is fucking breathtaking. The Willy one, the one where he doesn't say a goddamn word in it, I absolutely love that. I didn't Longlegs. It's fucking weird. It makes no god. There's so much story that's like missing that would help the film be so fucking good, but his performance in that was brilliant. It was
Mother.
mother. It just reminds us of oh, what's that one in Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
Release the kryptonite. It's one
forgot
of my
about that.
favorite Nicolas
Jesus
Cage's
Christ.
lines.
Yeah. When she's playing with the
Release,
butterfly knife, and he's like,
release the kryptonite.
he goes full Castor Troy on it, doesn't he? Like proper.
Oh Christ, he took it to a new level. Sorry, but if this is about, is the pig okay?
Do you know what? I cannot remember.
Damn it.
I watched it. The thing about me is I don't seek a lot of these kind of style films out. It'll be when we're at a con and we're in a hotel and all we have
Yeah,
is film four.
got you.
So you'll get these random films come on film four and you'll be like, oh, I didn't fancy that, but it's all that's on, so I'll watch it. And Pig came on and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It looks like he looks filthy and disgusting and he lives in a shack in the woods and gross. But it's about a pig who's a truffle pig, basically, and it can
His
truffle
favorite
out.
truffle pig by the
Yeah,
synopsis.
it can make some serious money, and that's how he lives through
Oh,
this pig. It's like his bread and butter, and it's how he does what he just has his life with.
pigs are amazing animals, by the way. Very
But
sensitive
yeah,
creatures.
it just came on, and I was just completely drawn into it from about 10 minutes on. I was just like, and
Oh, at least
as
you
much.
got something good when you were at a hotel. We watched Airports at 1975 with Karen Black. The last hotel we were at, because we had the horror channel.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, yeah, okay, let's see. Yeah, Airport 1975, Karen Black. I watched it in its. I was like, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch it in entirety, and then just had loads of repeats of Twilight Zone. I was in my element. Love
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
But
Pigs.
I think that there is such a
Oh, are we going back to the film now?
no, I was going to
Oh,
sort of
okay, good.
associate with that with the film in the way that maybe casting choices were made in this movie. Now, I love, like when I said to you, do you like the fact that he uses the same cast in
Yeah,
the majority of his films? I do like it because you have that sense of familiarity.
yeah.
That
Feels like.
person can pull it out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like Samantha can, you throw any part at her, she
Oh,
accepts. She played in the pit recently. She played a mother whose son had taken an accidental fentanyl overdose through he thought he was taking like like some of them take ADHD medication to be able to
Help.
study longer.
Yeah.
And that's what he thought he was getting, and it turned out it was packed full of fentanyl. And
Shit.
he died, but he was technically brain dead. And they brought her and the husband in, and watching her go, because the pit is based over a one shift. You have 14, I think it's 13 or 14 episodes, but
I'm gonna
based
watch it.
over, I think it's the most superb piece of television ever made. Fight me, I will win. Every
I'll agree with you from the clips I've seen.
yeah, every hour is based on an hour on the shift.
That's
So
awesome.
it's like 14-hour shift, 14 episodes, and her storyline with her husband goes for about 2 or 3 of those episodes. So it's like intertwined. It's
Yeah.
never about the thing I love about the pit is it's not like Grey's Anatomy where you're supposed to give a shit about all the doctors and stuff, in the sense of that you want to know about their love lives, you want to know the gossip, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Grey's, it's very heavy on
It
that.
does. Yeah.
This isn't about that, and they don't even give you personals about the people that come in on the gurneys either. It is just a working hospital, right? So what you see is what you get. You don't really get much of backstory about each character unless they choose to
Yeah.
explain it. The only person you do is Dr. Robbie, who is Noah Wiley, and you get a bit
Oh,
of backstory with him because there's flashbacks every now and again for him because he has
I wanna
PTSD.
see. I'm a huge ER fan. Like
Yeah, oh, you'll fucking love it. You'll
this.
absolutely fucking love this.
It was one of the first TV shows I got hooked on
Yeah.
was ER, and shortly after that was Grey's Anatomy. Like I do love a good hospital drama, but I want to see John Carter as an older, grumpier doctor.
He plays, he does, I have to say, he does this so well. And he did an interview with, now some of you might know who Dr. Mike is, some of you might not. Dr. Mike is a young
Gonna
six
say
foot
it as a
four,
doctor.
6'4" guy in America. He's got a hell of a personality. He does, he's a YouTuber, but he's actually like an American version of a GP. Um, and he does a lot of these videos on YouTube where they're only about 10 minutes long, and he will rate like accidents, like if people fall,
Mm.
what can happen to them. He's
Oh,
a
hello, Dr. Mike.
yeah. But he recently interviewed Noah Wiley about the whole thing, and it's about an hour long interview, and it was really, really interesting, like how he was going into the process of how he wrote it, because Noah co-wrote it with people. Now, and this is how I'm tying this back, apart from with Samantha, he co-wrote The Pit with actual doctors and actual nurses putting their input in to say what their experiences were on shifts. He'd write something, he'd then take it to them and go, does this sound real? They would go, yes, this sounds like this, but no, this wouldn't happen. We'd do this. The medication is spot on. When they do these reviews of The Pit, you see ER doctors from the UK and the US reviewing the episodes. Right, they're doing this because this is what they need to do. This is the medication they would have. The milligrammage is even correct. This is how
Wow.
factually on the nose this is. It's like, those 24 hours in ER, in the emergency room you see on Channel 4.
Hmm.
It's basically like that, but not real, but much more gorier. You get to see everything. And
I really want to watch it. I
it's
was
it's she just plays a mother, and you just see that Samantha going from the realization of that her son's in the hospital to the fact that she's got to grieve the loss of her son, and over the course of the episodes it is just where she then has to give her son's body up for
oh
donation.
my God. Would
And
she
it
kill
is,
Derek Shepherd too?
well, she gets around a bit, doesn't she?
She does. Do you know what? I actually started watching. I had it on in the background, Haunting Hill House. 'Cause honestly, it that is probably one of my favorite things that Mike has done. I loved Midnight Mass for a very different personal
Mm.
reason, but Haunting Hill, I just thought was a fucking good story, good characters. I didn't realize she played his wife, the brother's wife. I was like, where does she fit into? Oh my God, there she is. Couldn't remember her. Now I can't get her out of my head.
I loved, out of all of his, for me, I think I want to say House of Usher, The Fall of the House of Usher, and Midnight Mass are probably up there for me. And I will say a lot of it has got to do with Raoul Coley as well,
We
because
all love Raoul Coley.
I mean, everybody will know who he is that have seen iZombie, because he plays the faithful Cockney-ish, and I love the fact he uses his accent. He did
always.
not lose that accent in
Mm-mm.
iZombie. He had the normal accent that we have from
Ah,
the neck of the woods that we're from. You know what I mean? So,
mhm. So I read the graphic novels of iZombie
Mhm.
before the TV show come out, so I knew all about iZombie. However, there is another one which I think you would like better. So iZombie is not an original concept,
No.
by any stretch. Hang on, I need to find the actual title of it. White trash. Yeah, white trash zombie is
Right.
where is from a book series by Diana Rowland, and it is the exact same story. She's not a doctor though,
Yeah.
but she is a southerner. And she got the southern accent.
Oh, proper like Southern
Yeah,
Belle. Yeah.
you've gotta. I think to fully appreciate White Trash Zombie, you need to listen to it on audiobook,
Right.
because the woman who reads it does her voice all the way through. She's horrible.
Right.
She has a mohawk. She's trashy as anything. Um, but the idea is that she is technically a living zombie.
Right. Got you.
Yeah. So iZombie is not but yeah, I think you would absolutely love White Trash Zombie. It's so good. Um, but Ralph Corley is phenomenal. In Midnight Mass as well, and the House of Blythe.
Blythe Manor.
Blythe Manor. I was initially on looking at that, I was like, House on Haunted Hill was so up there, and I was like, oh God, is this going to be? I had such a a moment with that. It was absolutely splendid, splendidly beautiful.
I will say with the Broke Neck Lady was designed by Robert Kurzman from
Yes,
K I was going to say KGB, that's right. Yeah, it's cool. Of
that'd have
course
been
it's
weird.
quite cool. From Howard Berger, Greg Nicotero, K&B. And Robert, because I'm friends with him, I got to see the creations after the movie, after the TV series came out. He released all his backstage photos of like
Wow.
working on her and everything like that. And it was really cool to see, because he'd taken them off his own phone when he was doing the progress photos, when he was doing the test makeup. So you got to see all of that leading up to it, which was really nice, because I feel like if you don't necessarily follow people or
Mm-hmm.
friends with some people, you don't get to see these things. So it
No.
was really cool to see all that side of it. But the Blythe Manor, I would say, sits down the bottom as one of my least favourites.
Yeah, it's not terrible by any
It,
stretch of the imagination. It's just when you weigh it up against, it's always going to fall a little bit short.
yeah,
The Fall of the House of Usher, I feel like I'm going to have to watch again. On first watch, I left that going wah wah. Was not again. I'm kind of still matching it up to. I think I'd not long watched Midnight Mass because I was very late to Midnight Mass. I put that off for so long because of the whole cat thing.
yeah. I would say the Fall of the House of Usher, because it is a Poe story.
Yeah, well, this is what I thought I was going to love about it because it was all linked to Edgar Allan Poe, and I have a thing for. I have a lot of references of Edgar Allan Poe around my house.
It's got that. I just loved the fact that it was one man's flippant sale of himself to the devil that brought the downfall of his entire family. Do you know what I mean? It's that one comment he made,
See, this
I'll
is why
do
I need to watch it
anything.
again.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
I'll do anything to become successful, to become rich, to become whatever. But what he didn't realize, in by doing that, everything has a price.
yeah.
And the
I,
price fell out through his family, you
oh
know.
my gosh, is the dad the one from Gerald's game?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. I
And
is that Ruth
she,
Cod?
yes, I love Ruth Cod. She plays this.
Love that woman.
Can I just say Ruth Cod on TikTok? If any of you get a chance, I think her TikTok handle is not Ruth Cod or Ruth Cod
Yeah, not
is
Ruth
not
Cod.
dead. It's something like that. She is fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. When she was getting ready to go to the How to Train Your Dragon premiere, watching her glam herself up was hilarious. She kept going to me, I don't have a makeup artist. Who's gonna buy me a makeup artist? She did all her own makeup. You saw
She
her
is a
put in her
makeup artist.
you saw her putting her false, like all of her false hair in, and she was like, I'm not going to brush this wig. She went, who cares? And then she was just pinning it up, and she just went, this is my red carpet look. And she looked like Lydia Deetz. She looked
Oh,
absolutely amazing.
she is phenomenal. She, if no one knows who Ruth Cott is, she is obviously in the Full House of Usher, but she was also in the Midnight Club.
Yeah, with
She
Simone
actually
White.
she actually got that through TikTok
What, the
because of her
Midnight Club?
TikToks. Uh-huh. Um, she was a makeup. She was just doing makeup on TikTok. That's all she would do,
Random.
and do like little comedy sketches, and obviously raise awareness about her disability, which I generally can't remember what it is now.
She's lost a leg.
Leg, that's it.
Mm.
Because in the Midnight Club,
She's in a
she,
chair.
yeah, she's in a chair, but she's. It's not that leg that's the issue. Does she have cancer? Because the Midnight Club it's dark. It's very
Oh,
dark subject matter. Um, but it was very light-hearted, and it's such a goddamn shame that I can't. I think I had like 2 episodes left of it, and I couldn't finish it, knowing that regardless of what happened on that last episode, I was never going to see it again because it got cancelled.
I think the Midnight Club is sort of in the lower register for me. Like it's definitely above Blythe Manor. Um,
But
it I,
for a show that is kind of aimed at a younger audience,
yeah, I
that is
felt
some dark subject matters.
you feel it's kind of goosebumpy tales to tell around the campfire in the
Hmm.
dark, up your bum, around the corner.
Yeah.
You know, it is very much that kind of style, but they do dial it up a notch. You know,
Hmm.
for the kind of stories they tell. Um, Mike is good. He's a good storyteller. I will
Yeah.
say that if he Mike excels in his own lane. Like if he's doing somebody else's material, I'm not saying he fails, he doesn't. He does his own version of it, and that's fine. But I think the freedom a director has when and writer has when they're not following the material of somebody else,
Yeah.
they can give you what they see in their head, what they wrote, they can give that to you. So with Mike doing Carrie again, I'm like, okay, is it going to be a bit like is it going to turn into a pick me situation where it's like, I've done what you asked for, boss, look, you know, is it going to
Yeah.
be that, or are we going to get something that is genuinely going to be a work of art? I don't, because that's
What
the problem. I don't know what we're going to get.
what we are going to get, it's not a film, it's a TV show.
Oh, it's a TV show. I thought it was a film.
No, it's going to be a TV
Oh,
show. I
don't
had to go and Google
believe
that.
that.
Um, well, think about it. If you think when we did our Carrie episode,
Yeah.
I told our lovely viewers who hadn't read the book, Carrie's book is from the is articles. It's people's descriptions of the night, and so maybe he is going to go down the
That
book
I would
route.
appreciate. I would appreciate that because I feel like that
It's been missed.
is something that we haven't seen before from the Carrie story. So if he
No,
does, I'm okay with that. I just don't think we need a play-by-play reboot
no,
of
we've had
the
it.
previous two. You know, it's I'm not saying he would do that. I mean, Mike
Oh,
has he has his own lane, but at the same time, you just think to yourself, when it's
do we?
not his, is
Especially for that one, because again we've had it, and the remake reboot, whatever you want to call it, isn't a terrible remake reboot. It was a movie that kind of put a lot of things not right, but as in more book faithful than the actual original one did. I feel like it has its place. There's no need to say, well, we need to redo it again because of that one. I don't think that's the case at all. If it Raul Cooley is going to be in Carrie, by the way.
I'm gonna watch it now, and let's be honest.
Along with Heather Graham. Not a name I thought I would see.
Surprising, but she started tiptoeing, hasn't she, into
Yeah.
now because she did Flesh. Oh God, she's recently done a horror movie for Shudder called Flesh something. I've gone blank on what it's called, but she and obviously we know her as the Drew Barrymore character in the Stab franchise within the Scream movies. She plays Drew Barrymore in the movie, or one of them. Anyway,
Oh, yes, she does.
so Heather's already had a little bit of a dabble.
She was in Twin Peaks as well.
The new series with Matt Lillard, yeah.
No, 1991.
Was she really?
I know, I'm shocked. I'm not exactly her biggest fan. I don't really know
remember
too
that.
much about her.
I know she was in Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg.
She's one of those. The only time I've ever found her funny, I think it was the Hangover movies.
Oh, where she plays the weird, or the baby. She's the mama's baby. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only time like I've ever found her like that funny. But the rest of the time, I'm just like, meh. Is it? Oh, she's done a western recently, Place of Bones, which to be honest, westerns can be fucking creepy. Rom-com, Gunslingers. It looks like she's gone into bloody western. Stephen Dorff did a film this year. Shut up.
I know he was supposed to be a show, and I can't remember which show he was supposed to be at, but he cancelled. I can't remember how long ago it was. So maybe, yeah, maybe he was recording.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with him back in the day, and it wasn't Blade, it was Judgment Night. Yeah, it's not a film that a lot of people have heard of, but I love it.
He always just looked tiny. I mean, I can't talk, I'm tiny, but like he always just looks so tiny compared to everybody else. Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
It was Rhode Island HorrorCon. Rhode Island Con. We were supposed to meet him and he cancelled. So yeah, that was 2023. So he might have been working on that then or something.
Do you know what? For all I've just made that statement, the fucker's worked over the last few years. He's me thinking he's doing absolutely nothing. What do I know? I've got no more on Hush. I didn't really have much to start with, to be fair.
My question to you then is, what do you think the purpose was of the killer? What was his motivation?
Boredom. To me, it felt like that was his nature. And, well, the whole crossbow give it away because this isn't his first time. He had little notches on his crossbow, which kind of said to me that this isn't his first time. He's a serial killer. He's bored because he spent a lot of time on something he could have ended in seconds. And I really do think it came down to boredom.
So he was a hunter,
basically. Yeah, well, he had a crossbow, so yeah. What about you?
No, I'm on board with that theory, to be fair.
I wish he kept his mask on a bit longer. Because that face. No. No, I'm all out of Hush. I thought it would be a good idea.
It's not a good idea. I think it's a film to watch for people to definitely have their own opinion on. And because it's early Flanagan, you're seeing a work in progress for sure.
I'd be interested to know if anyone else has seen it and what they thought about it, given that we now know that I was wrong. Well, I wasn't wrong. I do remember reading, and maybe that was kind of like a tactic of shit, we need to say something here. But this was essentially wrote in their house. They acted it out themselves. This is a very heavy passion project for them too. Yeah. So I understand in a way of the defense that kicked in with them because you're touching their baby at the time.
Yeah.
Before they had their own babies. But it just wasn't, it should never have been handled that way. And I truly don't believe, given if this happened right now, he would act in the same way. He's got far too much on the line to lose to start acting the way that he did when this movie came out.
Yeah, I think doubling down is a dangerous tactic on anyone's, on
Hold your hands up, own it.
That's the thing. You might be right in your head, but if you've got 1,000 people telling you you're wrong and one person maybe backing you up, it's time for you to just sit back and go, oh, I've got to take this one on the chin.
Yeah, own it.
Just don't double down. I'm not saying you need to agree with them. Just shut up. If you've got nothing else to say, shut the fuck up, because I will say the internet is forever. Just because you delete it doesn't mean someone didn't screenshot it. So.
And it was probably me.
And me.
How do you think me and Dan communicate?
We only talk in screenshots.
True story. No. I talk to my sister in GIFs, so
Same.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of Slash Wayne. And I, for one, am fucking grateful. So I never have to pick an episode again. I just have to go, what's on the lists? Yes, so this has been Slash Wayne and Hush. And what are we doing next week, Dan?
Not telling you because I want to do the 1-star reviews first.
Shit, come on. Fuck, I forgot all about them. Why? How could I forget all about them? I make a fucking video of them every week, and I say to you, Dan, every Tuesday, send us a 1-star reviews. So
Right.
Dan, what's 1-star reviews?
Do you want to do that again for the video?
So Dan, what's the 1-star reviews?
This one's off IMDb and it's from Not to Be Sour. By the 10th time, the villain didn't smash one window, even when he was injured by a hammer by the protagonist. I'm wondering why the hell am I still watching this film?
Was that you?
No, actually it wasn't, but
I
you
have to
know.
worry now. Which is like,
No, so far there's only been one from me, and that was Club Dread.
and that's the one you chose. God damn it!
I can't be held responsible for that.
No.
The second one is from Google Reviews,
Hmm.
and this is a 1 out of 5, and it's from Jack Lamb. And this was only a year ago he left this
Oh,
feedback.
all right, Jack.
You ready? One of the top 10 worst companies to deal with, been nothing but a headache. They never respond. When they do, it's lies. I saw that and I was just like, every single one of the reviews on there for this movie was not a deaf actor, not a deaf actor, not a deaf actor. And there was so many people slating the fact that they'd obviously not used a deaf actress to play the main part. And I was like, none of these, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, were funny. They were not amusing, and there was just no humor. It was, I know that it's a
Yeah.
serious subject, don't get me wrong, but reviews are there for you to do with what you want to do.
Yeah. And I feel like if you chose a serious one, we would be looking like we're taking the piss.
Yeah. So when I saw this, it stood out like a sore thumb, and it was just some guy that had accidentally left the wrong review on the wrong page. So
Oh, poor Jack Lamb.
one of the top 10 worst companies to deal with. Been nothing but a headache. They never respond, and when they do, it's lies. Okay, so that's Jack's review of Hush from
I'd
2000.
love to know who he's talking about, though.
Oh, that just made me giggle when I saw it. I was like, Jack, are you lost? Jack.
Do you need me to hold your hand?
Yes, I think we need to find your mum and dad.
Well, before I forget to do something else that you do, have you done the 666 degrees of Jake?
Of course I have.
Of course you have. Where are you taking us tonight, Danielle?
Oh, it's a ride. Stop using my government name. I'm taking you on a ride.
I couldn't help it in that moment. It was just coming out, but I couldn't stop.
I feel like I'm in trouble now. Right. Samantha Sloyan plays the next door neighbour Sarah.
Mhm.
She also played Erica in Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec ran for 6 years and most famously stars Amy Poehler as Leslie Knope and Nick Offerman as the incomparable Ron Swanson. Nick is married to Megan Mullally, who played Karen Walker in Will and Grace. My family namesake, Sean Patrick Harris. Yes, Sean Patrick Harris. Hayes, even. I lied. Hayes, Sean Patrick Hayes.
I was thinking to myself, that is not your name.
I'm reading two things at the same time. That's what I'm doing. Sean Patrick Hayes. My dad's name is actually Patrick Hayes, which is really, really weird. So when I saw that, it freaked me out a little bit. So Sean Hayes plays Jack. Sean does a podcast with Jason Bateman and Will Arnett called Smartless because they're best friends, the three of them. Will Arnett was once married to Amy Poehler. And also he was married to Penelope Ann Miller, who played Brenda in Adventures in Babysitting.
And clearly likes wedding cake. Oh, that's really cool.
Get out of my house! You just moved. Kicks him out of the thing. Yeah. So yeah, I managed to get it, and I got Will Arnett and Ron Swanson. But
You
in
got
it,
Ron in there.
I can't get over how I got Amy Poehler in there twice as well.
Yeah. Leslie
Literally,
Knope.
yeah, it just took a complete circle when I didn't realize. I knew Will was married to Penelope Ann Miller,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know he was married to Amy Poehler as well. So I'd
Oh.
already done Amy
I
Poehler. And when
knew
it came down, I was like, oh,
I knew about him. I knew he was married to, because I think that's the Office time, because Will Arnett is in an episode of The Office. And
because
that's
Penelope Ann Miller is probably more famously known for Kindergarten Cop than she is Adventures in Babysitting, but she plays Brenda, Chris's ridiculous friend that this whole thing is based around, where Chris has to go in Adventures in Babysitting to pick Brenda up from the bus station because Brenda's got no money and she's lost and her glasses got stolen and she's trying to stroke a rat because she thinks it's a baby cat that got missing. And Brenda's the
me.
reason for the whole film. So
Is she me?
she's
But
something. She's definitely
believe
something.
it or not, I have actually seen this film. It's one of
Yeah,
my husband's favorites.
yeah. So Will Arnett was married to Brenda in real life, and yeah, I managed to get it back to. This is the first time I've managed to get Penelope Ann Miller in. So
Yes, that's a new one. That's a
number
new
one
one
for
for the
Brenda.
cards.
Last week was a number one for Mike as
Yeah.
well. So I'm trying to change it up, but everything seems to just naturally come back to Keith Coogan because he's royalty. He's he's acting Dynasty because his granddad was Uncle Fester in the TV show. So
Jackie Coogan.
yeah, see, it's always going to bring it back round some way. Someone would have worked with Jackie at some point, which then takes you to Sean Austin. That's the other one. Sean Austin and him, they line up perfectly because of Toy Soldiers. So
And their fathers.
yes, work together. So the two of them, grand
Yeah.
and dad. Yeah. So
Well, last week was probably my favorite, but that's just I'm very biased. You picked a lot of shit that had, my favorite things
it
in
was
it.
your birthday special.
I can't believe you even got fucking Marvel in there too.
Someone does do a Marvel podcast between the two of us, and it ain't me. So if
Tis
anybody
me.
doesn't know and loves Marvel, I don't think you've ever talked about it. If you're on the Nerdy Up North network, you will know this. But if you're not and you just listen to Monsters, but you also
Mhm.
love Marvel, Sammy here with the lovely Jake, who you've heard us mention because Jake decided to name it and we forget what it's called every week. But my
Yeah,
little
he loves that, by the way. He loves the fact that we never remember the name, but he did come up
no,
with a really good name. Also,
yeah,
Jake's on our second episode, and he did
yeah,
Godzilla with us.
Godzilla with us. So Sammy does a podcast with Jake called
Countdown to Doomsday, Marvel watch along, leading up to the Countdown to Doomsday, which Marvel is now messed up
Boom.
because yeah, it didn't take them long. We anticipated it, but we didn't think it was going to be that long. We are literally from episode 1, Iron Man, and as of right now, it actually would have already been out, Infinity War, so that's where we're up to. But yeah, doing a watch along, Marvel watch along, because I'm a big Marvel comic book fan and I like the movies, and I'm not scared to admit it, even though I'm in the horror community as well. I can do both things, you know.
And you know what pisses people off? I like DC and Marvel, so I'm an evil person.
My
I
God.
am purgatory. I am comic book purgatory.
Fucking DC fans used to hate me back in the day. I've had many a run-ins with DC fanboys. It's because I once said Aquaman was very much like the Lion King. But to be fair, I said the same about Black Panther, and I got dragged through the coals for that as well. But yeah,
Die father, child has to take the reins.
exactly. Fucking move faster and
Evil
simpler.
uncle, Scar. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, perfect sense.
yeah.
You
Move
ain't
faster and
wrong.
Scott. I knew what I was talking about. They didn't appreciate it. There's so much more. There's so much more nuance. I know that.
I just can't wait to be king. Do, 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 do. No, that's Under the Water
That
Sea.
was the Little Mermaid. How
Yeah.
the fuck did you manage to mix the two?
Look, it is 11:15 on a
Eat shit.
Sunday. You get what you get at this time, all
Yeah,
right?
you really do. You get what you. Sorry, I've just turned around and look. He's like sitting on the suitcase that's behind us, but he's got his tongue sticking out and he's fast asleep. Right. Sorry, distracted by me cat.
Cat.
Next week.
A cat's traction. Ooh.
Oh, I like that. I do have to warn people if we have guests on that I will have cats coming in and out of the room because they do. You see them all the time walking around. And the one time we had someone on who would have totally appreciated it because he was a cat person that didn't walk in once.
Nope.
Gutted. Absolutely gutted. It was Jimmy Simpson, by the way.
Oh, by the way, did you know we did a podcast with Jimmy Simpson?
Did you know we've had Liam McPoyle on this podcast? The genuine bona fide bumpered Liam McPoyle.
One bit.
Oh, when he did that, do you know he actually did that off camera as well? Just to want to
Mm.
point that, just you
First
guys
thing
didn't
said
get
to
it.
us.
We got it first. He's just slipped when I told him how big of a fans we were of Always Sunny. He just slipped into Liam out of nowhere, and we were like, "Okay, this is gonna be great."
I'm so casual, I didn't notice.
Fuck off! I lost my mind. I wasn't scared to admit it. Anyways, what we're doing next week? Because next week we're back to normal. /more/Wayne's. Need more Sam picks. We're going back to normality.
We are going back to something that we have touched on a few times already.
Yeah.
I think we've done George Romero.
Yeah.
No, we've done that one. And I think we've done a few more without off the top
Oh,
of
we
my
did Toby Hooper.
Toby Hooper as well. So we're going to the director's chair for this next one, and it is a controversial one, I
Yeah.
think. And I think
I
there's going to
believe.
be a lot to talk about next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really looking forward to it. We are going to be doing Alfred Hitchcock.
We are. We are.
Yep.
And I feel like there's going to be no hold bars. We ain't sugarcoating things.
No,
We're going to tell it as we research it.
correct.
So if you're not a fan,
Mhm.
I understand.
Mhm.
However, I do like these movies. One of them is one of my favourites of all time. And we have done it before. We did
Yeah.
Psycho.
You can
Um,
look. This is the thing that I will live till I die about. You can separate the art from the artist when it comes to certain things.
I believe so because there's more people than him just doing this.
You're basically discounting 1,000 people because
Mhm.
of one, and
Yeah.
that's unfair to those thousands of people that have
Yeah.
worked to get to where they are now, and they have had a career from it because of that one person. So
Yeah.
I always think, I mean, I know there's levels of debauchery that people have caused, and we're not talking Ian Watkins here.
Oh shit! No.
No,
No.
no. See, so we're at a point of where we don't Google that name if you don't know who that is either.
It's not worth it.
I think with the case of this man, he is Marmite. You either love him because of his movies and you don't know enough about the man behind it, or you discount him as a person and you look at his movies specifically. We're going to be covering both. We're covering who he was in his personal life and how it spilled into his movies, but we won't be reviewing his films, so to speak, because that's
Christ, no, we'd be here all fucking day.
and that's content for many shows going out.
Exactly, we'd literally be taken away out of and we've already done one of the big ones. There's another one that I would like to take a swing at. Even though Chris sent me the most disturbing video of the birds, but it is literally the birds from Sesame Street. So Big Bird, the scene where they're running down the street and all the birds chasing after a fucking big bird being chased. I will never be able to watch that film the same way again. But yeah, Dan's right. Separating art from artists. So many people are involved in it. I actually have right here. You can't see it because it's just off camera. Janet Leigh. She stares right at me. It is a Psycho promo picture as well. It is signed. Whether it's real, I don't know. I don't care. I love the picture of it. It's something my dad got us. Yeah, Janet Leigh's always looking down on me while I'm podcasting. So yeah, I would never not love that film because of him. I love it because of her. And Anthony Perkins because he's fucking amazing. And that episode's really good actually. Why don't you go and listen to it? It's really good. It's a good episode. We did well.
With two versions, there's a colour version or a black and white version.
I mean, I can't remember what I look like in the coloured version, so if you don't want to fright, go and watch black and white one. Cannot remember. Can't remember what I did yesterday, to be fair.
We're squeezing that for all the views. So go on, go for it.
Go watch it. I mean, hey, we've got a back catalogue, done shitloads. How many episodes now?
We're at 102.
102.
Club Dread was our 100th episode.
That's fucking depressing. I cannot believe that.
I didn't, to be fair, I briefly
Oh,
mentioned it a couple of weeks before, but then completely forgot to mention it again. And then when I realised it was the day we were filming, and it was just like,
for fuck's sake. And you know, if I actually kept the lie going about the coin toss, because the coin toss did generally say what you said, but I said it was me. And if I just kept it going and didn't tell you the truth that it was actually yours on there, I would have went first and it would have been yours that was the 100th. Damn
but
you.
what it is what it is.
And that episode exists.
It does, and now we never have to talk about it again.
Yeah, it's the same like Dolly Dearest.
No, to be fair, a lot of the films we've covered, once they're out of our brains, they're gone. We've done
They
them.
really are.
There's
They
very
have to be.
few we want to revisit, but there are a few we want to go back and revisit because they were either not to the standard that we do stuff now,
That's true.
or not in the format that we do things
Mhm.
now. We're old hats at this, which sounds weird, but 102 episodes in, we're 2 years down the line, guys. We've been doing this for over 2 years now. I think we're past the 2-year mark in May. So, yeah, if there's lots of bloody episodes to go back and listen to, so please go back, enjoy.
Quite a few.
Enjoy.
But for now, that was Hush. Next week is Alfred Hitchcock, the man behind the movies. We go out every Monday at 8 o'clock on the Nerdy Up North YouTube channel. If you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified that the episodes become available. And later that day, from anywhere you get your podcast from, you can actually listen to us. So if you don't fancy watching us, you can actually listen to us. You got a choice. Choice is yours. You make it. I'm not telling you what to do. The links for her Bleading Marvelous, Monsters Up North, and Nerdy Up North are where, Dan?
Down there.
They're down there.
Down there.
Have I done it? Is that it? Is that generally it? Have I managed to condense it all?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay. Why do I do this?
Every
Why can't I just say, if there's nothing else left to say goodbye, Dan. Stay spooky, everyone. Bye.